What is up, YouTube? Zena here, and today I'm bringing you just a quick video counting down my Game Award predictions, like Game of the Year predictions and all that sort of stuff. Just going through all the nominees and every category and just saying who I'm going to vote for and who I would want to win. But also saying about who I think might win, because the ones who I want to win might not necessarily win, in matter of fact. And before I get started, I do apologise. Oh, that was a bit loud, wasn't it? I do apologise. I do have a bit of a cold at the moment. I am a bit stuffed up, as you can probably hear, as through all that. So if I do cough, sneeze, or whatever throughout this video, I'll try and edit some bits out. But I just do apologise. I can't really control it at the moment. So any future videos that I might record in this time space, just I do apologise. That I just can't help it at the moment. How I'm going to do this? I'm going to go from the bottom up. So just go to the Game Awards website and go to the awards, and if you want to do this along with me, I'm going to go from the bottom category to the top category. The top category here being Game of the Year, so that's going to be the final one. Just because it makes sense to go in like the last one being the big award, in a sense. Like, even though this isn't the awards, it feels better to go that way, just to end on a high note, in a sense. And if you want to leave your predictions in the comments below, feel free to do that, and make sure, like I said, if you want to take part in this, obviously go to the Game Awards website. I know not everyone's going to agree with everyone's opinions, like even if your favourite game's not even nominated on here, it's just for a bit of fun, really. So the first category is a category we can't even actually vote on. It's the Best Chinese Game, a fan-voted award to recognise the most popular game in China as judged by the Game Awards viewers in China. And, obviously we can't pick this because we're not Chinese, unless you are viewing this in China, which, hello, thanks for watching. So, obviously I can't actually pick, but if I was to pick, I've heard of Monument Valley 2, never played it, but I would pick Icy because I actually have played it. It's on Steam, and I've even made a video on it a couple months back. Apologies. And yeah, it's a fantastic game. It's got a great sense of humour. It's got great combat, and it's just a whole lot of fun. So go play Icy. It's a good game. But yeah, obviously I can't pick. But if I was to pick, I'd pick Icy. That'd be my pick of the game. So in the games we actually can make a bit of impact on. Best debut indie game presented by Stick Hydro, recognising a new independent studio that released its first game in 2017. So Slime Rancher, I've not actually played. I've seen lots of videos on it. It looks like a lot of fun. Mr. Shifty, I played quite a bit of. It's quite a fun game. Just a quick, very action-packed, very fast, intense. Hollow Knight, Ghost Story, I've not played yet. I've heard about them. I've heard good things about them. And obviously Cuphead. I think Cuphead's going to win just because of how popular it is. And I don't think anyone would be upset if Cuphead won. But I'd be happy if any of them won, but I think Cuphead will probably win. That's probably the one I'm going to vote for because just of how much work it went into it. But Slime Rancher and Mr. Shifty are just the same. They are fantastic games as well. Best esports team. I'm not really an esports person. The one I've probably followed most is Team Liquid, out of like people who I can name off the top of my head. So I'd probably just vote for them. I've not really followed any of these guys. FaZe Clan I just know for memes and shit. Best esports player. Again, I'm not an esports person. If I had to vote for anyone, I'd probably vote for. I'm going to probably butcher his name so badly. Jihong Ryu or Ryu Zhong. I do apologise if I've butchered his name so much. Just because Overwatch, I've seen a couple of the matches and the high level of play intensity that goes into that sort of stuff. And the other games I sure do have high level players intensity, obviously because they are esports people, but I don't really follow Counter-Strike or Dota or League. Overwatch I follow a little bit, and some of the stuff I've seen him do, he's phenomenal. So he's probably the guy I'd vote for. Best esports game. Again, I'm not an esports person, so I'd probably just vote for my favourite game here. So Rocket League, League of Legends, Dota 2, Counter-Strike. I'd probably vote Overwatch just because that's the one I followed the most out of all of these. But I'm not too fussed about who wins this. But Overwatch will probably get my pick. Trending gamer. Now I've not looked a lot into these guys. And Steven Spoon, Mike Gretzky, Guy BM, Clint, Alexa, and Andrea Ray. I know Andrea Renee as a personality on the internet. I'm not sure what particular she's done. I'm not obviously she's done something fantastic. Be able to be nominated for this event, but I've heard of Dr. Disrespect before. Not too sure what he does, but I've heard his name floating around and stuff. The other two guys I've not heard, but Stephen Spoon, I've heard a little bit about him, and I probably would vote for him just because I've heard about what he does and the fact that he runs a charity in which he allows disabled people to basically get access to the necessary equipment to play games and whatnot. And while it may not be the most important aspect of like the road to recovery, being able to give someone the opportunity to partake in something that they would otherwise not be able to is just a fantastic thing. And Stephen, you're doing a fantastic job from all accounts that I've heard. So I'd probably vote for Stephen. From what I've heard, Dr. Disrespect is quite popular, so he probably would win. Although I wouldn't like if Stephen Spoon would win, that'd be fantastic. Best student game. So was it awarded the best student project created at the high school or college level. I've not played any of these or even heard of any of these, so I can't really say. I do apologise. Impulsion, I guess that looks fun. Like I said, any of them who won, I would be proud of anyone who can make a game that looks at this quality is worth recognition in my books. Best indie game. Outstanding creative technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publishing system. We've got Pyre, Night in the Woods, Cuphead, One Reigns of Edith Finch, and Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Again, I just think Cuphead is going to win just because of how popular it is, and I don't think anyone would be remiss. It is a fantastic game, controls beautifully, looks fantastic, and it's just an overall great game. And you know, it is one of the biggest indie games currently being talked about. It did get funded by Microsoft, so I don't know how people take that. But Cuphead would probably get my vote. But I've heard these other games I've not heard too much about. But Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, I've heard it's like got I think it's like a metaphor for mental illness and whatnot. I've not heard too much, but what I've heard, it sounds like a fantastic game. I hope it does well. Obviously, it's being nominated for these awards and whatnot, so obviously it got some recognition to it going through it. But I do believe Cuphead is going to win this, just based on popularity. Most anticipated game presented by McCafe. Oh, hello McDonald's. We meet again. So basically, the most anticipated game coming up. Awarded to an upcoming game that has showed significant ambition and promise. Titles must be announced and scheduled for release after December 7th. So Last of Us Part 2, Red Dead 2, Monster Hunter World, Marvel Spider-Man, and God of War. All of these look like fantastic games. Like, if I got my hands, I've never played much of it. I've never played Last of Us. Please don't crucify me. Please don't crucify me. I played a bit of Red Dead 1. It is a fantastic game. Just going around the Wild West, doing fucking whatever you want. Monster Hunter, I've never been massive into the franchise, but I know my friends have all talked good stuff about it. And YouTuber I follow, Duncan DD, and everything he talks about the game, it sounds amazing. And it's something like a game I would love and would look forward to. I just never ever gotten into the series. Marvel Spider-Man, I've not heard much about it. It looks good from what I've seen, but as I said, I've not looked much into it. And God of War, I've never been a PS4 console person too much, so I've never been. And because God of War is obviously a PlayStation exclusive, I can't really say too much. But you know, it looks fantastic. If Red Dead 2 would probably get my vote just because it's the only one I've played really. But any of these games, obviously, they look fantastic. Best multiplayer. Outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op, massive multiplayer experiences irrespective of game genre. Fortnite, Call of Duty World War II, Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Destiny 2, and PUBG. If I had to give it to a game based on personal playtime, see, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Splatoon 2 are the only ones there that actually. I played PUBG and it's a fantastic game. It's a hard one for me to choose really. I know I love Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's a great game. It is a re-release, so it's basically Mario Kart 8 with a new co skin. It'd be nice to give it to a new game, but you know, obviously Mario Kart 8, it's a fantastic game. If it won, it'd be fantastic. I'd probably go either PUBG or Splatoon 2, just because they're actually newer games. Like Deluxe is like it's just a re-release of an older game. It's cheating in a sense. Like it is obviously a new game, but it's not like a new IP, or it's not like it's just Mario Kart 8, but released again. So Splatoon 2 and PUBG, those are the two games I played the most out of any of these. The only other two I played out of these. Not played Call of Duty, not really a Call of Duty fan. Fortnite, I've only heard that it got good after the Battle Royale, which is basically PUBG mode. And some people say it's better, some people say it's worse. I guess it's a matter of opinion. And Destiny 2 I've yet to touch. It sounds good, but a lot of people say it's crap as well. So yeah, I'd probably go PUBG. I'm not too sure. Probably between PUBG or Splatoon 2. I've not touched either for a little while. I would love to vote for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but just the fact that it is just the same game but re-released, it just feels like not cheap, but just like it's just like I don't know how to say it really. It just feels kind of mean, just to be like, oh yeah, Mario Kart 8, you come back with a new coat of paint, whereas all these other games, it's I don't know. Best sports and racing game. Where the fuck is Garfield Kart? Honestly, Game Awards, fuck you and your biased opinion. But yeah, fuck it. I don't know. NBA 2K18. I don't really care about cars, racing games, and that sports games. That I used to fuck with the Forza franchise when it was like Forza 3, but then I just grew out of it. I'm not really too into the hyper-realistic sports and racing games, so yeah, bye. Best strategy game. XCOM 2 War of the Chosen, Tooth and Tail, Total Warhammer, Halo Wars 2, Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle. The only one I played there is Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I tried to get into the XCOM series. I've played a bit of XCOM 1, not played 2 or War of the Chosen yet at all. It looks fantastic. But the only one I've actually ever played out of all these games is Mario & Rabbids, and it's a fantastic game for what it is, so I might actually give it a vote just out of irony, in a sense. Like, a lot of people look at these other games and think, oh yeah, Mario & Rabbids, no one's going to vote for that, but it's actually a really good game for what it is, so I might actually vote for it, just because it's the only one I've actually played, and it's the only one I can stand on, really. And it is quite a good game. It's quite decent strategy, it's just a lot of fun, and obviously it's a lot more colourful than these guys. Let's see, best family game, aka which is the best Nintendo game. So I got Mario Odyssey, okay, Deluxe, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Sonic Mania, Splatoon 2. See, just based on the premise that I might not be voting for Odyssey as Game of the Year, spoiler alert, it is up there. I might vote for it here because, I mean, what are the chances of Nintendo not getting it? They have three out of the 5, and obviously Mario & Rabbids is also half their IP as well, so it's only if Sonic Mania won will they not get the family category. Although I think this is the only game that Sonic Mania is voted for, and I'm yet to play it. I do have it, I've yet to play it. It is a fantastic game, it looks fantastic from everything that I've seen. It could come out and pick out all these Nintendo IPs, but obviously Nintendo has a stronghold here. Odyssey is super popular though, and it is a really good game. I probably would vote for that over the other ones, just because it's just such a good game. Like, the other games obviously are fantastic, but Odyssey is just that good. It is so good. It is really worth it. Best fighting game. This is a disappointment. I think Injustice 2 has this category really. Just based on the sole purpose that, from what I've heard, Tekken 7 is a bit just average. Nidhogg 2 was disappointing. Marvel vs. Captain Infinite, down, thumb down, and Arms. Arms is fun, but it's just got nothing really to hold on to. It's just there really. It's a fun game, obviously, but I think I played a bit of Injustice 2. It is superb. It is slick. It is responsive. It is fun. It is just so good. Injustice 2 gets my vote there. On to the next category, best role-playing game. This is where shit starts to get a bit more tough for me. South Park: The Fractured Butthole. Yet to play it. It looks fun. I've not played any of the South Park games, Stick of Truth or Fractured Butthole, and both look amazing. But I'm just not a South Park fan. Like, again, it's one of those things where if I watched the show, I sure would probably love the show. But because I've heard the games are so based on references to the South Park type of humour, it's like I probably would enjoy it, but there'll be a lot of jokes that could just go over my head and whatnot. But I have heard it's a great game by itself, so I might give it a try in a bit in the future. But as it stands right now, the fact that I'm not a South Park fan, it's just I can't really get behind it too much. Final Fantasy 15, that came out in 2016, but I think they're giving it a chance here because it came out late 2016. From what I've heard, it's a fantastic game. It's super good. I played the platinum demo, but I didn't play the actual full game. If it plays like the platinum demo, which I've heard it is a fantastic game from what I've heard from all accounts, it should go for it. It's a fantastic game. Divinity Original Sin 2, never played it. Now, Nier Automata, fucking, I want to vote for it, but I feel like based on some of the other ones it's already in, it might be favoritism. Well, I guess it's the whole point of this. Like, it's to be favoritist. Like, this is your favorite thing. But I really want to vote Persona 5 for some stuff. But the fact that I've not played it, and the only reason I want to is because I want to play Persona 5. It looks like a fantastic game. I've heard so many good things. It looks and sounds amazing. But I just don't have a PS4. So probably in here, my vote would probably go to Nier Automata. It is a fantastic game. Go out and play it. It is superb. Best action adventure game: Uncharted, Assassin's Creed, Breath of the Wild, Odyssey, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Not played the new Assassin's Creed or Uncharted, but from what I've heard, they're both fantastic games. Horizon Zero Dawn, I played a little bit of it, but it's not. I mean, not that it's a bad game, obviously, but it's. I can't really say too much. I've not played enough of it. And Odyssey's more of a platformer to me, even though obviously they define it as combat with traversal and puzzle solving, which Odyssey is. It's more based on the platforming and whatnot. So for me, I personally would give it to Zelda just because what I've played and what the category is more so. I'd vote for Breath of the Wild because that is more action adventure to me than Odyssey, and out of the games, that's the one I played the most and I've enjoyed the most. It's a fantastic game. It is so great. Now, best action game, based solely on combat: Prey and Neo. I've not heard too many great. Prey especially, that's what I've heard not great things about that game. Neo, I've heard it's alright. Destiny 2 again, it's okay. Cuphead again, I'd say that's more just a platform. Like, obviously it's got quite a bit of action in it, but it's an action platformer. And Wolfenstein 2, I've yet to play that. I bought it a little while ago, and from what I've seen, it looks fantastic. So I'd probably give it to Wolfenstein just because Cuphead is, it's quite intense. Wolfenstein seems more combat centric rather than just Cuphead. Well, either one of these guys, I'd be happy with. I probably would vote Wolfenstein for this category because Cuphead's got it in so many others that it's like just give it to Wolfenstein. Best VR or AR game. The only one I've actually played is Superhot VR. From what I've seen, Star Trek Bridge Crew looks fantastic. Based on just how much of it is built up, and it looks amazing. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, I've heard, is fantastic as well. So that probably will win just based on how good that game is. I've not played Echo Point or Farpoint. Echo Arena, sorry. But based on what I've played, Superhot VR is so good, like moving in time and everything moves slowly past you. It's like, holy shit. Superhot VR is for me. Next one is best handheld game. Poochie Woolly World's Adventure, whatever. I've heard mixed things about that. Monster Hunter Stories, not played it. Ever Oasis and Fire Emblem, not played them. Although I've not played that Fire Emblem, but I've heard the good things about it. But Metroid Samus Return gets my vote. I played it. It is fantastic. I really did like it. Even I don't have as much bias or sway as other Metroid fans from the past. I've only played a couple of Metroid games before, but from what I played, I really liked it. And also, I think it's going to win as well because it's Metroid coming back, and I think it's going to get the fan vote of like, yeah, Metroid, woo. So that's what I predict. Best mobile game. I have played none of these games. But from what I've heard, Super Mario Run was a fantastic game, so I'd probably give it that. just because like I don't play on my phone often because I either have my 3DS or Switch with me. If I do go out and I'm playing on something, that's what I would generally play on more than my phone. And Fire Emblem Heroes and Super Mario Run, I've heard are great games. These others I've not heard too much about. I've heard of good games, but like, I'd probably just give it to Super Mario Run because, or maybe Fire Emblem Heroes. I'm not too either of them really. I'm not too fussed. Was it best ongoing game? So award for a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Warframe and Rainbow Six Siege, not really played too much of. Overwatch, I still play to this day. It's not as lost its sheen, but it's developed into that community where like everyone is just so salty and so toxic at times. It's just like, but I generally stick to quick play more so. So it's still a fun game. I probably would vote for that. Although from what I've seen in Grand Theft Auto Online, the amount of stuff that they actually brought out, like monster trucks and those the Tron bikes and all that, like the amount of shit they brought out for that game, it's phenomenal. I wouldn't be surprised if Grand Theft Auto got the vote. Destiny 2 is only just come out, hasn't it? It's only recently come out. How can it? Like, it's still in like the most vanilla state. How can it have? How many ongoing when it's just come out? No, don't vote for Destiny 2. That's bullshit. And PlayerUnknown's Battleground. I wouldn't be surprised just because it's so popular that if it got quite a few votes in this. But it's in early access, so I guess it. I'm not trying to say that it doesn't count, but it's just I don't know. I'd probably vote Overwatch just because that's the one I played most of, really. Best games for impact. Well, Life is Strange is going to win this because just how popular it is. I've yet to play any of these. I've watched my friend Krim play this on stream. Shoutouts to her. Go support her if you're watching this. Yeah, it's a fun game. I think out of all these, it's probably the most popular, so it's probably going to win. But from what I've heard about Impact, Hellblade, from what I've heard, is just so impactful about how it talks about mental health and whatnot, and what it does. So, but I've never able to play any of them, so I wouldn't mind too much. But I think my vote would either go Hellblade or Life is Strange, depending on how I'm feeling. Let's see, best performance. Melina Huang-Jens in Hellblade as Senua. We got Laura Bailey in Uncharted Lost Legacy, Claudia Black in Uncharted, Brian Bloom in Wolfenstein, and Ashley Birch in Horizon Zero Dawn. See, I remember hearing Aloy in Horizon Zero Dawn when I was playing it, and it just sounded so good. Like, I probably would give it. See, I got a problem here. I loved Ashley Birch's performance as Aloy in Horizon Zero Dawn. I remember when there was like a bit of controversy when people were like, "Oh, Ashley Birch, ooh, like what's she gonna bring and whatnot," and then people couldn't even tell when she was Aloy. It's like, "Oh my god, this is Ashley Birch! Jesus Christ!" Like, she did a great performance. Based on only the ones I've heard and seen, I probably would give it to Ashley Birch. So I do have a lot of bias towards Laura Bailey just because I love her as a voice actress. She's just so good. But either Laura Bailey or Ashley Birch will get it for me. Although any of these people would be worth the vote because they've all, like, assuming that they probably all done fantastic jobs, but either Ashley Birch or Laura Bailey for me. Best audio design. The best in-game audio and sound design in a video game. This is a tough one. This is basically like, I think excludes music, but like takes basically everything else into account about like basically how it creates an atmosphere and whatnot with the sound and like every little thing. And the only ones I played on there are Breath of the Wild and Odyssey. Destiny 2, Hellblade, and Resident Evil I can't really say, but just the sound design in Breath of the Wild and Odyssey are amazing. I'd give it to either of them. Possibly. See, Odyssey is more fresh in my mind, so I can think about it more. Breath of the Wild is a little old. But I said it is a little old. It came out at the start of the year. But from what I can remember, Odyssey is like more fresh in my mind. But either of these two, I think, for me personally, would be amazing. Here we go. Best score music. So this is less about the actual like, technical parts of the sound and more about the music itself. All these games have fantastic music. The only I can't say for Destiny 2 too much, but I've heard it has a great orchestral theme and whatnot. I think if I'm don't question me on that. I can't. That's just what I've heard. But all these other games, the music in there is just so amazing. I do have bias towards Nintendo, obviously, more so Legend of Zelda, because like for me, Zelda's music has always been one of its key points. It's always been so fantastic at making a fantastical adventure. But Mario's music has always been great. And Odyssey as well has is great orchestral theme and making this booming massive experience as you traverse these open massive worlds and all these little things like the music in like New Donk City and whatnot. It's all fantastic. Nier Automata also has great music. It's just, and what I've heard Persona 5 and Cuphead, their music is great. It's too tough. Basically anything, but I don't want to say Destiny 2 has bad music, but out of my personal favourites, either Cuphead, Nier, Zelda, Odyssey, or Persona 5 get it for me. I probably might vote for Legend of Zelda or Nier, just because those are my two personal favourites out of these. It's probably vote for Zelda based on what I know. What next? I think the next category is, which is not the next category, but yeah. Possibly Zelda, just because I want to vote. Wait, what was the other one that Nier was voted for alongside others? It was, I can't remember now. Yeah, best role playing game. Yeah, so I'll vote for Nier there, and I'm gonna vote for Nier in another one. So I might, probably go for Zelda there, just because. Yeah, a bit biased now. Best art direction. So best animation and technical achievement in creativeness and all that. All these games look fantastic, but Cuphead has to win it. I mean, come on, they hand drew every single cell. Like, to make one enemy attack, they had to draw like 15 different cells and whatnot. It's ludicrous the amount of work they put into the animation of Cuphead. And the fact, these other games obviously are fantastic. Destiny, got as Zelda, Persona, Horizon, they all look fantastic for what they are. But the amount of effort that went into Cuphead, if they don't win this category especially, it's just, I don't know how they can't win. But Cuphead gets my vote just because the amount of work and effort that went into it, it's just phenomenal. So best narrative now. This is where we get into the good stuff. Oh, this is where I'm going to vote for Nier Automata, because it's just a fantastic game. I'm not going to talk too much about it, because I don't want to spoil anything for you. If you guys haven't played it, you should go play it now. Well, it's just a fantastic game. It has a fantastic story, and it's just, like, I think if any of these games got it, I wouldn't mind too much, but just because I want Nier Automata to win, I'm going to vote for Nier Automata. Its story is fantastic. It is so good. You should go play it now. I'm not going to really go into anything because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but it is fantastic. It's a great thing. Best game direction. There was also a game studio for outstanding creative direction and innovation in a game direction and design. And personally, just because of the word innovation, I think I might either go for Zelda or Odyssey, just because of how far they stretched their traditional formulas in comparison. Also Breath of the Wild, because it changed things more so than Odyssey. Odyssey sort of kept to its roots more so, but it still obviously stretched its boundaries and innovated in quite a few ways. Any of these games won, I wouldn't mind, but I do think I'm going to vote Breath of the Wild here. It's just such a good game, and obviously it changed so much compared to the typical Zelda formula. And finally, we get to the big guns. Game of the year. The best game just overall, and it's a tough one. We got Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, PlayerUnknown's Battleground, Persona 5, and Horizon Zero Dawn. I know a lot of people were mad that Nier Automata didn't get voted for this, and this is why I'm voting for Nier. Pretty much every other category it is in, because it is so good. It deserves all the support it can get. It is such a good game. I know, having seen PlayerUnknown's up there, not that it obviously doesn't deserve. It is a great game and it's super popular. It's alright being up there. I don't know, its own creators don't think it deserves it. I'm not really looking at the details, but I've read headlines and whatnot. Persona 5 is what I've seen. It's so good. I can see that possibly winning. Horizon Zero Dawn, not that's a bad game, but I don't think it got the vote enough. I think Odyssey or Zelda possibly got it for me. And this is a tough one, like I said, because Odyssey is more fresh in my mind, and I love it so, and I just love everything about it. But Breath of the Wild is, I think I prefer it more, just because it's more my style of game. Maybe I'll change a few more votes down from the earlier categories, just based on the fact I might vote for Zelda for this out of the games that I've played. Because I've played only a little bit of Horizon Zero Dawn. It's great, but I don't see it winning. Persona 5 I've not played, so I can't say, but I've heard it's fantastic. PlayerUnknown's, it's still in early access and whatnot, and it is super popular and everything, but I don't think it deserves best game of the year. And Odyssey and Breath of the Wild are just too close in comparison for me. So Odyssey is fresher in my mind, but I think personally I prefer Breath of the Wild. It's just more my kind of game overall, like less of a platform, more just I don't know. It's too hard to choose, but I think in the end I would choose Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild or Odyssey. It's tough to choose. I'm being so indecisive right now. They're both fantastic games. I think whichever game wins, I wouldn't mind. I mean, if PlayerUnknown's won, I know that I'd be mad, but I think these other games deserve it more just because PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds still hasn't come out yet, like properly. And tell you what, seeing as I'm being so indecisive right now, in a few weeks I will do either top 5 or top 10 most anticipated. I'll do it. Words. This blocked nose doesn't help, so I do apologise. I'll either do a top 5 or top 10 personal games of the year, and then it's when you will see which I do vote more in terms of just overall game of the year, either Breath of the Wild or Odyssey. But for now, just know that I will vote for either of these two, and that will be it. I do apologise throughout this entire video that I have had. It's just stuffy cold. It's like I said, I can't control it. And like I said, leave your your predictions in the comments below and who you'll be voting for, and maybe make some comments about who you think should actually be nominated for these events and whatnot. Because obviously, even though this is like say the official Game Awards, everyone has their own opinion, everyone has their own feeling. So even though these are this is one of the biggest award ceremonies of the year, it's not the definitive like this is the game of the year kind of thing. It's like everyone has their own personal opinions. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.